What do you think it is that separates the music of the Psychedelic Furs from the other bands that are currently popular?
Originality.
I always notice that the way the vocal and the sax sometimes tend to run together, following a similar melody line.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard question to answer because, I mean, people would say that we had a trademark off the first album, which was very much that. It's a number of things all meshing together instead of actually, spacing themselves out and leaving room for other things. That was very much a trademark of the first album. But the second album's got less of that, and a lot more melody, I think. So I mean, but there are other bands that are moving in that direction as well. I mean, it's not. Melodies have been around for such a long time. It's such an important part of it. It's as if we just discovered them. But then again,
you could say melody's been around for a while.
Then I think, you got to think about what we're going to do on the third album with having done those two things.
When you play live, I've noticed that the songs are not. They always have the same structure, obviously, and follow basically the same melody. But there seems to be a lot of room for improvisation. Is that true still in the live shows? In the sax breaks or in the guitar breaks?
Well, yeah, I guess it is true because we don't actually always play the same thing each night. But I think it tends to happen more towards the middle and end of a tour, if you like, where you get much more comfortable with something, so you feel that you can start to move around it a bit more. It's happening towards the end of the UK tour, and it's something that you sort of look forward to. Once all the pressure's back a bit, you've got it started and it's on the road and it's working all right, then you can spend more time doing that.
Also, when we first started out, lyrics were never written down. I mean, some songs would last about 15 minutes. I used to make up the lyrics as I went along on stage. But when we recorded the first album, that sort of freezes things, if you like, and then you get people come down and see you, and you start off a riff, and you're doing these totally different lyrics that you're just making up. And you got people down the front who've bought the album, and they're sort of trying to sing along, and they're mouthing the lyrics, but you're singing totally different ones, and they get really upset by it. So you tend to...
But because of that, I mean, because of the way we used to work, which was I think our sets would last anything from like an hour and a half to sort of 2 hours. Really go on for a really long time. Mainly because there was no way that we could actually finish the song properly. So I mean, we just improvised for as long as we could all keep playing, and then stop and have a little break and carry on. So we're quite good at it. So when we do come to feel comfortable with those songs, I think it'll sound a lot more interesting.